We're joined now by members of the DBU Patriots men's basketball program. In the center of the podium, we have the head coach, Blake Flickner. To coach's left, Jaden Shelvin. Jaden is a junior guard from Lafayette, Louisiana. On the near side, we have Ricky Lujan. Ricky is a fifth-year graduate guard from Las Cruces, New Mexico. And, Coach, you guys won a battle in a semifinal game to earn the right to your first ever Lone Star Conference championship game appearance. St. Edwards threw everything they could at you, and you guys just withstood it all.
Yeah, I think we got to give a lot of credit to St. Ed's, Coach Cook and their staff. And those guys, they're one of the hottest teams, down the stretch. They've been playing really, really well. And, we knew it was going to be a challenge. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same year. And we were struggling to get the offense going in the first half. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well, even though I felt like we were getting some good shots, but they weren't falling in. But I think that's a real credit to our team that they were able to find other ways to make stops and get good shots, even when the shots weren't falling. And it's just a really resilient group. And they showed a lot of toughness today mentally and physically, and they responded really well in the second half and came out with a ton of energy.
Second half, your offense got going 51% from the floor, not necessarily from the arc, but you're getting lots of lay-ins, some close-in looks, and it appeared that a lot of it had to do with your pressure on them as they brought the ball up court.
Yeah, we were able to flip the script. In the first half, they had more points in the paint. They had more bench points. They had more points off of turnover. But in the second half, that all changed, and we ended up with first half we only scored 28 points. Second half we scored 50, and it's reflected in 27 points off of turnovers, 13 second chance points. We really were able to get more opportunities from our steals and our offensive rebounds.
Talk a little bit about the 2 young men you got here. Ricky obviously puts up the numbers that everyone sees, and Shelvin does the types of things that don't necessarily show up in box scores but help win ball games.
Yeah, here you've got a guard that came in and gets 3 blocks down the stretch to save layups, to make huge defensive plays, to keep them from getting what could have been an easy basket. And he does a great job of moving his feet, showing his hands it's not a foul, and he makes a play on the ball. Those are like 2 points. Even though it's not 2 points for him in the box score, it's 2 points for our team because we kept them from getting 2 on the board. And, his defense and rebounding was phenomenal. Especially down the stretch, and really battled there. And Ricky was just finding ways. They were really collapsing, making it hard to get in the paint. But he came off the ball. We had 21 assists on 31 made field goals, and that really opened things up. Ricky had 5 of them to go with 26 points, and he just really does so many things for us offensively. And his leadership and poise, just the maturity of having those 4th and 5th year guys, the experience we had on the court, I think is really big.
Jaden, we'll start with you. We'll follow up on what Coach Flickner just talked about. Ricky and Cameron Kahn get the spotlight, so to speak, offensively with the gaudy numbers. But, for a guard to block 3 shots and get the rebounds that you do, talk a little bit about your role on the team.
Yeah, with the block shots, rebounds, and all that, like you said, that is my role. I try to do my role as best as I can. Leave it to the scorers to score. I'll do, all the other stuff that I can on defense, but it's a team effort at the end of the day, and I just try to do my best.
And Ricky, you're on the other end. You put up tonight 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. You get the numbers, but you've got guys like Jaden there making you look good.
Yeah, no, 100%. Everything I do is just huge, because these guys are doing all the dirty work. Deuce and X, and those guys are guys that we trust defensively to do whatever it takes. They do all the small work, rebounds, deflections, all the stuff that Coach talks about that don't necessarily go into the box score. These guys do, and they're special at it, and it makes my job easy. It really does.
Coach, good win tonight. Talk a little bit about your depth and how you press the whole ball game and still have guys coming off the bench and producing for you.
Yeah, that's really key. Most games we've been able to score more points from our bench than the other team, and it allows us to stay a little fresher, have a little more energy down the stretch, and it shows in second halves. You know, majority of the season, we've been a better second half team. We talk about all the time, hey, we got an 8-0 run that's coming at some point because eventually their legs are going to get a little bit more tired than ours. And when you feel a little tired, just think about how much more tired they're feeling. And so dig a little deeper because the waves that we can keep throwing out, you know, has really been an advantage for us and something we try and lean into.
Jaden, talk a little bit about the physicality of the game, man. It was really a lot of bodies fall on the floor the whole game.
Yeah, it was very physical, but at the end of the day, you just got to be the more gritty, more physical team. I came in the game not confident about how I would play. I suffered a knee injury last game, and my first half, I don't know, I was kind of playing complacent. I was scared that I was going to, like, tweak it a little bit, and then after we were down at halftime, I knew I had to dig deeper, be tougher than them, do all the things I can to eventually lead us to a win, just keep chipping away.
Ricky, quick question for you. Coach hit on it. When the shots aren't falling a little bit, how hard do you have to come back and, like, try to penetrate and do what you do, the magic you do sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, it honestly just starts with our defense. We were noticing that first half reflecting in that locker room that St. Ed's was comfortable. And, you know, they're a great team. They move the ball really well. We talked about getting in gaps and disrupting what they like to do in their ball movement, and that's just a credit to them. They're well coached and they run their stuff really well, but we talked about how we need to get downhill. We need to make them feel what it is DBU is about, and that's what we did.
Just a couple questions. Y'all saw we had a lot of fans out there today, and around like the 12-minute mark, it's just something clicked, like the atmosphere shift. What do you think clicked in that moment for us to go on that big 10-point scoring run?
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to our spirit squad, our fans, the drum line. You know, we had a little lull in energy, and they give you a spark. And when you get a little momentum and they can help carry it over a little bit more, help fight through a little adversity maybe when things are not going your way and you need to swing the momentum. You know, having the spirit squads, the fans, you know, all the support from our Patriot faithful was huge, and you know, you could feel it, you know, the DBU chants, and, you know, really fun and really excited to have that support and see what a difference it makes in the game and on the court, and really enjoyed it, too. It just makes it a fun atmosphere.
And then Ricky and Jaden, on the Patriot Network, Reagan and Jordan always talk about the 94-foot nightmare. You know, yesterday in the paint, we just weren't that dominant. But then as I look at the box score today, we had 42 points compared to our just half of that yesterday. What do you think really was a strategy for you guys on that court tonight?
Yeah, you know, again, it starts with that defense, but then Coach kind of touched on it. The crowd, everything we do is based off of energy and trying to just overwhelm the other team, and we're able to feed off the crowd, and we're able to get downhill and communicate with each other, and it gets fun, and it just, when we get flying, it's so much fun, and that allows us to get downhill, get in the paint, find our shooters, find our guys that are able to do what they're special at.
So in the first half, the three-point shots weren't falling. I know we made a lot of threes yesterday, but that's not all we do. Like, we could also have some guys that can get in the paint, finish in there. We can't just rely on the three all the time because sometimes it's not going to be falling. So we have to learn to score in other ways, which we did today, and that was great.
All right, guys, you've advanced to Championship Sunday. Best of luck tomorrow.